Nathaniel Simpson tonight. There's been a bit of debate about this is a racing incident or I've been told that I'm in the wrong. So basically, we're going into the first corner here at Silverstone. And I'm going to slow it down a bit. Hang on. So going in, as you can see in the first instance, when you look at the braking points, just get this part out the way, you can see that my braking point is there. My brake lights are on. Nathaniel's aren't on yet. And his braking point is there. Now, if I swing the camera around, which I can do, 2 seconds. You can see that there is no overlap, okay? But that isn't what this is about. I'm not bothered about the overlap or anything because I didn't expect there to be an overlap. What I was concerned about going into this, to explain my thought process, is I am not thinking about this corner. I'm thinking about the right-hander that is after this corner, because as long as I can maintain an inside line through that right-hander, I can maintain my position. But getting through this corner, I need to maintain an overlap going into here. So my thought process is to leave the inside. He can have the inside. I'm not going to defend it. And as long as I can have an overlap, which I should be able to do because he's behind me at this stage, I will have that position going through that corner. But this is so this is basically what happens. He hits the brakes going in. I realize that he is going to be coming up the inside. So as I said, I'm not protesting the dive bomb. I know I've got to leave him some room on the apex of this corner. So I take the corner. He makes the apex. That's fine. He's got the room. But coming off the apex, that's where there's a problem. So when you look at the contact, which the contact happens, you can see from my bonnet when it creases where contact is made, which is there. You can see this area on his left-hand side, how much space there is. Now the argument is that I have all of this space, but this space here is to be used at my own prerogative. I have left him the space to take this corner safely, but he's taken it with too much speed. At this point, my steering gets damaged, and during the next corner, the car is behaving quite erratically, and it's difficult for me to control, which causes me to spin, which I'll show you. Which is basically what happens. So from this point, I would also like to show you from my cockpit view. I'll show you my cockpit view. I'll make it so that it's exactly the same. I'll put it from when I reach the white line. So cockpit view. Apologies, my zoom. I'm on the Rift, so the zoom is slightly different, but it gives you the idea. So as you can see, I'm trying. I can feel the car losing every time I try and turn right. So let me go back. Oh, too far. Far chase. So now I will show you from Nathaniel's cockpit view, and you'll see what I mean about that inside. He needs to brake more. See, on the left-hand side, there was quite a lot of tarmac. And that's basically the argument. The reason I'm making this video is because people are saying that um, it's a racing incident. I don't feel it's a racing incident. It's 100% avoidable. The car diving down the inside needs to brake more. Yes, he made the apex, that's fine and everything, but it's also the exit. I left him the room to make that apex. He needs to leave me the room on the exit. That's what the rules state. And this is happening week after week. Not with Nathaniel. I'm not saying Nathaniel's doing this week after week, but I'm seeing incidents like this week after week. And I'm not saying that they're getting wrongly judged or anything, but it's something that needs to be looked at. It is very similar to, we see it in Formula One, where there's a right-hander on coming after a straight, and you will see the vehicle or the car on the outside of the right-hander that's going to be coming up. They will pin the car on the inside of the straight. Um, And what happens is at the very last moment, they move to the outside to open the apex to take the corner and they get a better drive through. In my opinion, this is almost the opposite. I refuse to open the corner in order to be competitive and get the inside line for the next corner. But I can only do that if the other person races fairly. And that is, by that I mean, they need to hold that tight line.